Gino, if you could please make an opening statement, and then we'll go into questions.
Well, just again, making too many mistakes on the bases. That's continuing. That's got to stop. We're just not doing a good job there. And, we couldn't get anything going. They threw a lot of lefties at us, which we got lefties in our lineup, but we've had lefties in our lineup for the last 3 years. We got to be able to hit lefties. Actually, our lefties did okay against them. It was our righties, I think, went 0 for 10. Aside from Yo-Yo, the other righties in the lineup went 0 for 10. And we got to get better at bats from those guys, but we just never could put anything together. And we had the inning with the bases loaded, Dell up, and it's called third strike. And then, we don't get in a good at bat after that with 2 outs. We scored a couple runs in the first, looked good, and then we let them put a 3 spot up. That can't happen. So just a tough, one of those things we just could not get anything going, couldn't get base runners going, so tough game. Got to turn the page and be ready to go tomorrow.
All right, Gino, our first question for you comes from Christopher Stock of Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, just with Fed, literally just a tale of two halves with him, his first 3 innings compared to his last 3. What did you see from him tonight?
Well, I mean, a couple, you got to give those guys credits, but a couple of balls were up in the zone, and they were able to hit the ball out of the ballpark, and kind of was the difference there. But, I just thought his ball was a little bit more up than what I had seen before, but it was just those, those really, other than those 2 innings, he did throw good. Unfortunately, those 2 innings, they gave, 5 runs that they scored. So, other than that, I thought he threw good. But just the ball, I thought the ball, he just left it up in the zone and made some mistakes there, and they took advantage of it and got it up and out of the park.
All right, Gino, we're going to go to David Furones of the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Hey, Gino, this being a weird home opener, did it feel unusual for either you or the other guys, or was it still the same game, do you feel?
Yeah, the same game. I mean, everything's a little bit different. We all know that. Just the setting, the dugouts, the way the dugouts work, the crowds are all. But no, we've already played 3 games. It's not our first game, although it's the first one here. But no excuse there. It's just we just couldn't get anything going, really, to be honest with you. And again, you got to give them credit. They threw their 3 lefties. They threw good, breaking balls. They spotted their fastball in and out. They'd work inside on us and get us thinking, and they'd come with breaking balls, and they got us to chase when they got ahead in the count. I thought their lefties threw pretty good. I'm gonna have to watch the video back, but from where I was standing, I thought they threw good, but I'll see better tonight.
All right, Gino, we're going to go back to Christopher Stock of Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Gino, you touched on the base running things, and it felt like all 3 of them were different, the ones that were thrown out. But is there an underlying theme that's kind of going on with base running, or is it just early in the season type stuff?
I hope it's early in the season. I hope we get through this and, put it behind us. But we work on our base running. Those are all things we talk about. 3-1 count. We're running, but we're not trying to steal. It's a simple deal. Make sure the lefty goes to the plate. If it's ball 4, you go in standing up. If it's a strike, the hitter's going to protect you. We're not putting pressure on our runner by stealing. You're not stealing. You're making sure he goes to the plate, but you're going to get a bad jump. But we went early. We got lucky there. They couldn't, they couldn't execute the play, and Lala ended up getting safe at second. He scored, so we're very fortunate on that one. I think Dell, when he hit the ball in left center there, wherever it was at, the outfielder looked like he was throwing one way, and then he changed direction with his arm. But Dell, I talked to Dell just a little while ago. He admits it. He's got to put on the brakes and get back. We just ran right into an out, and then of course the other one was the sac fly, not very deep, but we sacked and we scored. And Villar's at second, and he tries to go to third. He thinking there was nobody at third, but turns out the guy did get to third there. And he's in scoring position right there. He would have been in scoring position with 2 outs. So that's a double play. And of course, they turned another double play when we hit it on the ground, the more old-fashioned. So we got to work on it. It's something to definitely. It's early in the season, and so you're going to see some mistakes, but those are not really tough plays. Those are not tough base running plays. We should be better than that.
All right, Gino, we're going to go back to David Furones of the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Gino, the way the game started, it looked like offensively it was going to go very differently than it ended up going. over those final 6 innings, was there something common that you noticed in the way at bats were going or the approach?
I don't know. I mean, we got the guy out of there, their starter, after 3 innings, and we I think did a pretty good job with him. And then the other guys, again, I'll have to look and see. But I know the scouting report on the second guy was a lot of breaking balls, which looked to me like he was throwing a lot of breaking balls, and he kind of got ahead and then got guys to chase, and it was kind of a tough angle. That again, I'll have to see it. But the lefties definitely kind of held us there at bay, so to speak. And I can't speak for the last 6-7 innings. I guess that the 6 innings those guys threw, we just couldn't put at bats together. We couldn't put at bats together. The hits were too far apart, or the base on ball was too far apart, and just put no pressure on them. I think we only put pressure on them 1 or 2 couple innings. That was it. And that's not enough if you're going to score runs.
All right, Gino, our last question for you comes from Christopher Stock of Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Gino, what was just kind of your message about responding tomorrow? How do you think your team will respond? And then with Alejandro on the mound, how do you think he'll do, or what you'll need from him?
Well, I mean, look, we've got depth in our bullpen, so it's not like, we feel comfortable with the depth of our pen. But no, we want a good outing from Alejandro. We'd like for him. The pitch counts now have gone up. Now they're in that 85 range to maybe 90. So hopefully, he can have some efficient innings and go deep into the game. Hopefully we can have a lead and go to our guys when we go late to our pen with the lead. But no, I mean, there's no panic or anything. I mean, look, we know this is going to be a battle of a schedule, a battle of a season. The ACC is very, very competitive this year. I told him it's probably the toughest, most competitive I've ever seen the ACC. Everybody can play in our conference. Anybody can beat you anytime. So, you just got to be ready to go. And I think we were. There was no lapse from the weekend or anything. We talked about that all weekend long. So, again, guys, I just think you got to give credit where credit is due. Their lefties did a good job against us and kind of just held us where we couldn't be consistent with our at-bats. But we're going to have to do a better job because they got more lefties. We're going to have to do it. They're starting a lefty tomorrow. We're going to have to do a better job with them guys. But turn the page and be ready to play tomorrow. That's all.
All right, Gino, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and good luck tomorrow.